Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building, please. I hope all my audio is nice and clean. You know what it is. It's Vader Games TV. Another episode of CIA. Another episode of CIA. Citeh Intelligent Agendas. And international break's almost over. I got to be honest with you. I hate international break. I got no horse in the race. You know what I mean? It's not something that I really got going. I'm gonna have agents joining the show 100%. This is CIA, so I got to have the city agents in the building. Now, please, if you haven't subscribed, at the same time being a part of the show, please hit that like button. It's always appreciated. It helps a humble small channel like myself grow and expand, and it's always appreciated. Got to have some water. Got to stay hydrated. Now, we're going to cover a lot today. We're going to cover a lot, and if you missed it in the thumbnail, I've got to discuss. I kind of hate this topic as well. I hate it because I think it's going to be triggering. But we got to talk about season tickets, increase in ticket prices, everything related to the club on the business end. We also have to speak about winning and what comes with winning, right? And what comes with not necessarily winning once, but winning consecutively and wanting to remain at the top to win. So we're going to discuss all of that. Also, because it's CIA, because we got to keep an eye on the ops, we're going to be looking at what Liverpool and Chelsea are doing this upcoming week. We're going to look at what Arsenal, the situation that they're in. I know there's some panic settings over there just because of the injuries. And I'm going to do my best not to laugh. Take it serious. But when you have rich people problems, first world problems, one might say spoiled brat issues, it's hard to really be upset with what you're seeing over at Manchester United. And I'm trying not to laugh at the fact that not the Glazers, but that Ineos fired their most important, most impactful manager ever got fired by Ineos. We're going to discuss all of that over here on CIA. I got the agents in the background. I'm going to bring each and every one of them to the stage. But before I do that, first things first, my peoples come first. My peoples, those that are here, those that are no longer here, thought of and always remembered. And I'm also going to have to shout out the very first in the building with regards to the comments. You know, that's what we do over here. And I got to make sure, I keep forgetting, I got to make sure I put the channel, the show over in the group chat so people can be involved in it. I'm so poor at doing that, but I'm going to bring up the very first comment in the building. The person that took time said, you know what? I'm not just going to watch Vader Games TV. I'm going to actually be a part of the show. I'm going to comment because it means a lot when someone takes the time to do that. So I'm first going to find this link to the show. Let me do that. Let me not mess around. And I'm going to shout out the very first comment in the building.
A lot of people discuss what's the difference.
Let me turn that down. I'm messing up here on live. No, that's not it. Share. WhatsApp. You know what? And I should make I should add my peeps that are part of CIA all into the WhatsApp. Let me say drop a like, please. I gotta be polite. I'm Canadian. Drop a like and view, please. All right. Let's go. The first agent. Actually, before the agent, the first comment, my dude, my guy, Omar in the building. Omar B, YouTube in the building. He goes, big up, Vader, my bro. Listen, Omar, we got some things that we're gonna have to discuss. We're gonna have to link up. This is a season. I mean, we're 7 games in. This is a long season. collabs in the future. Collabs in the future. We're gonna have some things to discuss. Trust me. Trust me. You are a part of my people, no doubt, no doubt, of course. And this is what we got to do. We're gonna have to link up and talk. We're gonna have to talk about this league now. First agent, as we intro always, because I gotta do it properly. First agent in the building. You know what it is. The first agent in the building is Agent Kim's in the building. Let me get my headphones. How you doing, Kim?
I'm doing good, getting ready
Doing
for the
good? All right.
winter. Yeah, cold is
Oh,
coming,
oh, winter is coming. Winter is coming.
Yeah,
I haven't put the heater on yet, but I put the fireplace on just for a little room warmth. So that's the furthest. I try to
yeah.
go as long as I can before putting the heater on. But man, great to have you on the show. We've got a lot to
Good to
discuss. I'm
be.
gonna wait until the camera turns on for the next agent before I bring him to the stage. But we've got some concerns within the fan base, Kim. I know you've probably been a part of some of the Twitter X Spaces, been on some channels listening.
hmm
Um, I know there's a huge portion of the fan base that are really concerned with the plans that are happening around the expansion of the stands, and then kind of like the assumption that with the expansion of stands, maybe that might almost price fix or prevent ticket prices from increasing a great deal, which doesn't look to be the case.
Yeah.
It looks like things are actually expanding, and I want to kind of get your take on it before I kind of give mine. But what's what's been your first reaction to the ticket prices and what's happening for upcoming seasons with regards to prices?
Well, I think in regards to ticket prices, they're always going to rise, just as everything else does, unfortunately. And
Yeah,
people will. I know a lot of fans and others like to say, well, they are so rich, they have all this money and everything like this. But yes, we have rich owners, but it doesn't mean that they have to follow what everybody else is doing. And
yeah,
with the inflation and everything else of the cost and things like this, the ticket prices will unfortunately go up. But it's also the fact that they know that with the expansion and what they're doing with the hotels, that
yeah,
more we will get a lot more tourists coming in too, and they will be
yeah,
more willing to pay the prices. So yeah, it's becoming. Unfortunately, that's just the way of the football these days, and the Premier League. It's becoming more and more commercialized than what it used to
yeah,
be
yeah,
in the past. I think, and you see that with the look at the NFL, how much bringing teams over to
yeah,
Europe, playing in Europe, things like this. I mean, it's crazy. But it's been going on for many years. Now I'm just waiting for the Major League Baseball to come over too. Even that's not happened yet. But I think it's something that we just, as fans, we just have to accept, and it's not much we
man.
can do about it, unfortunately.
Kim, if you can continue talking, I gotta fix something real quick. Keep going.
hmm Yeah. No, that's what I think anyway. I know other guys probably might be disagree with me on it, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. Of course not. We all want the same thing, but you know, uh, prices will just keep going up, and we see that the Spurs tickets prices have gone up. The Man United prices, I believe, have gone up too. So we're not the only ones who is increasing our ticket prices. And I think I heard here someone else was saying also that claiming, I think it was saying that the Arsenal prices was ticket prices was the highest ones. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, appreciate that. Thanks so much. I realized that I disconnected my Ethernet cable because when I'm like, why am I seeing signals like signal strength? So I went and reconnected it. Look, as you were talking about the whole ticket prices, and this is what kind of gets forgotten at times, or not necessarily forgotten, but maybe like brushed aside, swept under the rug, is when you've kind of seen the growth, seen the growth or success of the club for such a substantial amount of time, and you can remember how prices were or remember how
Mm,
things were, it becomes a little difficult to accept the increases that happen because you're like, there's more people attending now. Why would costs increase? Or, but big picture, and this is why I titled the show the way it was. City winning costs money. Like
yeah, of course.
City winning is going to cost. It's going to cost not only the club, but it's going to cost its supporters and fan base to also chip in more. If the goal is to maintain and remain at the top, um, I think that the club, and let me not try to be Mr. PR here, but I think the club is doing its best to try and prevent the fan base itself being priced out of tickets.
Yeah,
Why some of these show ID, why some of these pay in advance are taking place, because the last thing you want is something similar to like even the housing market here in Toronto, which you have people that aren't even residents of Ontario, Toronto, but they're buying up property. They're buying up homes and not even using them. That
yeah,
the
yeah,
same thing can happen with regards to the tickets, right? Quote unquote, which are
yeah,
called scalpers out here. There could be a huge number of purchase of Manchester City home game tickets, and it's just essentially to hoard and then to sell back, right? And
yeah,
the le- the club's trying to put in mechanisms to kind of prevent that. I think it's I think there's still some tweaking need to be involved, but the first thing that needs to happen is there needs to be butts in the seats. So
mm,
most likely there will be butts in the seats if you've already purchased and have those tickets. If you've already done, and I know there's the Flex Gold and all that that's being discussed. There's no longer, looks like the club's trying to push away from the season ticket holder essentially, but it's an effort to try and prevent what's happening with regards to a lot of foreign sales or non-local sales, and
yeah.
the reselling of tickets, taking advantage of those that want to attend games, whether they're locally or not. Um, is going to be interesting, and I plan on doing this because, again, over here at CIA, we're going to speak intelligently. We're not just going to go off of emotion. I see you in the comments. I'm going to be right there. Um, we're not just going to say that these prices aren't valid. We can't just say that and say that the club are trying to take advantage of the fans. Maybe they need to do a better job at listening to some of the concerns are and some of the wants are. But to take advantage, I think is going, in my opinion, is going too far with everything that the club's done in the surrounding areas, as well as with regards to the success of the club. Not only the first team, but what they've been doing for the women's and the academy and so on. So the football pyramid within Manchester City is important, and I know that the club have that at high importance. How they look to break down the money, how they look to be sustainable, because Shikmon Shore said he and the vision of Khaldoon was for Manchester City to be self-sustained, not for it to be owner injected. They want it to be self-sustained,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
that means the expansions that's happening. That also means an increase in ticket prices. But it has to be an open conversation.
But what,
It has to be give and take. Go ahead. Go ahead.
now, I think also what we are forgetting too is that the city men's team is not the only team. You have the youth team, you have the women's team. All of these cost money, and they don't always sell out all of these their ticket and matches prices and
Yeah.
days. So they they basically have to take from the men's team's money and use it for the other parts of I believe that's what they're doing too. It's
Yeah.
all Manchester City Football Club is not just the men's teams, but you have all the other teams around it and the whole what should I say the whole crew. from
Yeah.
the janitor up to Mubarak.
From the players down to every staff member. I think, and I see you agents. I'm gonna bring you to the stage shortly. But when you have Manchester City, and I think let me actually quickly count these. Honestly, if you look at the 20 teams currently in the Prem right now, we have some of the I think we're fourth or fifth lowest in terms of ticket prices. From the very low to even the very high. I mean, I completely understand comparing ticket prices to that of an Arsenal or Spurs, not going to happen. And even with regards to ticket prices, with regards to Manchester United, I believe on the high end, tunnel club and all that kind of stuff, I think we actually exceed the highest ticket prices with regards to United. But obviously, United's capacity is higher. So there's a few things in terms of the formula that the club needs to work on. I'm going to bring the other agents to the stage. I don't think Pablo is going to be on camera today, so I said his name before I introduced him. I messed it up. But let me bring my man Pablo to the building. Sorry, go ahead.
You forgot one thing. Yeah, no, just you forgot one thing about the United too, though. That one is about to fall down, completely falling down. It's falling apart day by day.
It is falling apart. You know what? You're right. They shouldn't be charging
for low.
They shouldn't be charging high prices for a stadium that's tearing down. I hear you. I'm gonna bring Pablo to the building, my guy. Pablo, let me remind you guys of you. My guy Pablo, how you doing, man? I know you're off camera.
Hey, Pablo.
Yeah, I'm off camera today, man. Nah, just not feeling well today, so I thought, you know what, I'll come off camera.
No worries.
Yeah, I got some good news though. I've been hearing on the spaces. Martin was on there. Big up Martin. And with Blue Tone, they broke the news that Haaland's going to be signing a new contract. Extra 2-3-year deal with a release clause of 175 million.
Deal. Whoa. Wait. A release clause for 175?
Yes, it's 175, I believe.
Yikes. All right. I love that news. Rivals are going to hate that news, right? But with regards to and this is the funny thing, every other rival club, they're trying to find this type of guy. They're trying to find a focal point, a goal-scoring machine, because that's all they keep complaining about. That's what they keep asking their owners to try and locate and find. We've got this guy, according to Pablo, he's out in the field. He's just told us over here on CIA that Haaland is about to sign a 2-3-year contract or 2-3-year extension to his current contract, which is absolutely amazing. Let me bring the other agent to the mix because I want to hear his point of view on this one as well. And I'm always lucky when I'm able to hear him in the Twitter X Spaces because he brings info. And this week in particular, I'm going to have to lean on him with regards to some of the conversations that have happened with regards to kind of like the ticket prices as well. So let me make sure I've got this set up. And no, don't tell me. This happened to me last time. There it is. I got to show it to you one more time. We got to bring him to the stage. Conway, my guy, what it do?
Yo, Vader, what's going on, man? Big up to everyone on the stage. Big up to the chat. Big up Pablo, man.
Large up.
Big up, man. How's everyone doing?
We're doing okay, man, but the stress is out there. The stress is out there with the fan base, ticket prices, stress is out there with regards to, players coming back availability-wise. Stress is out there with Tiki. Obviously, it's no surprise. We knew it was going to be his last year, but whether the next guy is going to be able to continue on. There's so much stress. But I want to deal with the first thing that we kind of opened up the show with. Ticket prices.
Yep.
ticket prices. How you feeling about it initially? I know a lot's still going to take place, but how you feeling initially about it?
Yeah, I think the ticket price issue, I saw Martin yesterday hold a space just specifically talking about a ticket issue that's going on with the club at the moment. Yeah, huge uproar from the fan base, especially the season ticket holders, which I feel like the issue here is actually the season ticket issue, where the club's actually trying to way away from not issuing season tickets moving forward. So it's not actually just a Man City problem; it's a nationwide problem, where you're seeing clubs like Liverpool, United. Um, the more money comes into the equation with regards to these clubs, they're trying to pull more money in. So it's important for a club where, for example, when a tourist comes to see a game, they'll not only just pay for the ticket, they'll pay for club merchandise, food, etc. To the point where they're spending upwards of £300 just in a single match. That's including everything I buy. So the club are more in favor of that. They're looking after the local people that have been attending the games week in, week out for years. And I think the fans, especially the fans that have season tickets for numerous of years, they are right to be pissed off regarding this, because I feel like us as fans, yes, I do go to games, but I don't go often as much. Obviously, work and whatnot. I'm not even in Manchester. I would have to travel to Manchester to go to games and whatnot. It's not that far for me, so I'm still blessed in that regard. But the fans that go to games week in, week out, their voices need to be heard, and I feel like the club is currently disregarding that. So it's really sad, man, but it's the way football's going at the moment. So it's not just a City issue; it's actually a nationwide issue with regards to other clubs.
Yeah, no, you're right with. Go ahead, Kim. Go ahead.
No, but no, I was saying that. But do you really think though that it is that our owners and are just ignoring them, or do you think that they're trying to work with them, but they, how should I say, but are not able, not, how should I say, but I guess willing to communicate with them the right way?
Yeah, the thing is with the club initially when Sheikh Mansour and Khaldun first came into the club, Sheikh Mansour bought the club. What Khaldun said is, we're gonna make sure that the local fan base, that we never forget about them. That was his first message, and I think now he's swaying away from that to the point where he's actually not holding onto his own word. Initially, when they first came into the club in 2008, so I think the club have done such a bad thing in actually communicating what they're planning to do currently, even with the stadium extension with the North Stand, the where you got the 1894 and also City Matters, especially the 1894. They're what they wanted, and some of their input, especially when it comes to the atmosphere of the club inside the stadium, that wasn't taken into account. So initially, when the plans were first being written, they did reach out to them, but the plans came out straight away, even before the input of such groups like the 1894 were taken into account. So I don't think the club are actually listening to the fans anymore. I don't, and I think something like this something like this needs to be heard more about. Like in the previous home game, fan groups such as the ENI4 and other fan groups, they were handing out leaflets to the people that were attending the Etihad for the Fulham game, saying if you're offered a flexi, which is actually...
Oh, Conway, you're cutting out.
Hello, can you hear
me? I hear you now, but you cut out. After you said flex, flex, you cut out. Oh, you might have dropped. I'm gonna bring the next agent to the stage. I'm gonna let Conway work that out. But the next agent likes to flex on these rivals. Today, we're gonna do the humble thing today. We're gonna do the humble thing today just because it's international break. But trust me, after what we do this weekend, I'm sure he's gonna come back flexing. So this agent has been a part of the relaunch from the very beginning, and he's been consistent. I got to bring him to the stage. If you missed it, you got to see it again because he deserves a proper intro. He's certified in the building. You know what it is. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm good. We're back, man. We're back. International over. Let me pick up the shades, man. You know. Let me take off the shades. Hey, the gold is too. You know, it's blinding me these days, man, the gold. But I need to be humble. I gotta be
I
humble.
hear it.
You know what I'm saying? International, but nah, man.
Nah, bless up. Nah, I appreciate that.
Come
What
on,
what I want to shout out and say is so much is going to happen with regards to how we proceed in these next 1, 2, 3 years because there's a lot of change, right? Tiki's out. There's expansions planned out. There's the 115 that's being fought. There's potential life after Pep, depending on how long he decides to stay. I mean, Pablo hit us with some fantastic news, hot off the presses. I'm hearing someone in the background. I'm not sure who it is, if it's Pablo or Conway,
No,
but
it's Conway.
it's Conway. Okay, hot off the presses, we heard that, and I'm just gonna put Conway on mute for a second. Actually, no, it's not him. Wait, is it Kim? Oh yeah, it was Kim's background. Yeah, Kim, I was picking up something on the background. But if it's anything with regards to this upcoming year or two with all the drama that's taking place, I happen to believe that the club's doing its best to maintain its winning ways. You often hear, some City fans saying we don't want to become complacent. We don't want this to kind of be our glory time and not continue on. Maybe it won't be at the same clip with Pep because Pep's a madman. He's a mad scientist. He wants it like that. But maybe it's occasionally trophies are being raised, but the challenging is pretty consistent. What do you think that the club's moving in a selfish way, or do you think the club's moving in a way where they realize if the expectation is to win, the money's got to come from somewhere? Like, where do you think the club's making their movements with regards to ticket prices and the whole expansion? G certified.
man. I'll be honest, for me, I'm a little bit mixed because for me, from a business perspective, fair enough. I can understand that was bound to happen. But for me personally, I'm disappointed at the owners. Firstly, the first reason is because of this. They've introduced a thing called Flexi Gold, which basically you can choose which games that you want to go to. You can choose which games, so you can say that, okay, I want to go to all the big six games, but midweek
shortly.
But in mid, I don't want to go to those games. The atmosphere is suffering because of it. Pep's coming out because of the atmosphere. That's a problem. Pep is not Pep. Now they're saying that there'll be no more new season tickets. Yeah. So let's say there you were like, oh yeah, you know what? I want to get a season ticket. I'm gonna be there. I'll be singing as I know you would, passionate. But now you can't get a season ticket. You have to now try and get the Flexi Gold card, which might be more expensive. Pay £175 plus paying for all the games. It's a disgrace. So for me, it's just greed. We're turning to United, unfortunately, which is what I predicted. And we are turning into the rags, which is what they want. Not on the field, but off the field. We have to give United the credit. There's a lot of commercial success there, and that's what they are trying to do with us as well. So
I think it's a really tough one, and this is why I said over here on CIA we're going to continue to do our homework, because I can see the issue with a fan that's been waiting. And I'm gonna get to the comments, but with a fan that's been waiting and being like, I want my season ticket, because there's a level of pride, right? There's a level of, you know what, I am contributing to the club on a regular. I am there for the players. I am there for the club and its success because I'm there singing every single game. I know that there's a passion for it and a want for it, and there's also like a rite of passage. I'm a season ticket holder. Many say that with pride, deservingly so. But the challenge is when the club is looking to maintain the atmosphere, which they say they want to reward the fan. And like Conway mentioned earlier, Khaldoon, the Sheikh Mansour said they won't forget about the fan. The fans that were able to keep City in the mix, keep City at its level when times weren't good, so that now that times are good, they're not forgotten about. but I know that there's also a cost to try and maintain attendance, because unfortunately, human nature, there's that I'm only going to attend the big games. I'm only going to attend the games that I'm going to see another star on the other side of the pitch to be able to really tune in and go to. And I think there's a little bit of I can see the greed from a club standpoint to not allow season ticket owners to still maintain attendance in those seats themselves. Okay, I want to be a season ticket holder. I know I can't make it to this Sunday game versus Southampton, but I know my cousin, I know my brother is going to be in that seat, and they're going to be cheering on the club as well. That's where I think the club's moving a little too greedy, not making that an option. But the flex, here's my understanding of the flex. We're not going to let rivals snatch up some of these tickets. We're not going to let what are called scalpers. We're not going to let someone just go and hoard these tickets and then sell them back through the market or however they move, right? We're going to prevent that. We're going to make sure that there's a committed seat for that game. So I get the coming out of pocket, because again, even if somebody quote unquote isn't a Manchester City fan, they're going to have to pay that 150, right? From the jump. If they want to get a ticket, period, they're going to have to pay that 150. So those that kind of make a business of buying tickets, they're already kind of out of pocket. You kind of prevent that. Now, the tickets made available, that's where I need to do my homework, because I'm hearing that you can't get certain games, or you're still going to have to pay based off of regular prices. You don't get type of discount even though you're a flex. So there's a lot of confusion there. But at the end of the day, and this is why I posed and set this video up the way I did, there's a cost to winning. And there's a cost to winning, and Kim heard me with this and he was in agreement. There's a cost to winning, and not just for the first team. There's a cost to winning if we want the first team success, the women's success, the academy success, the expansion with regards to the other training academies around the world. There's a cost to it. And I think that's the vision that the club has. How they're communicating is very wrong. But I'm going to continue to do my homework, and we should all, as agents, do their homework and come back to it. Let me go to the comments real quick. My gal in the building. Sometimes I always have to check myself, make sure I'm not blushing as I say it. But my gal Rose is in the building. She goes, "Hey Vader, I got no notifications, but I find you. City will be fine, I believe so." See, YouTube is doing me dirty, Rose. YouTube is doing me dirty, because I realize I've got to give at least several hours when I post my thumbnail. I can't, unfortunately, based off of work schedule, life schedule, I can't sometimes know that I'm going to be posting the day before or a couple days before, but I'm going to do my best to do that, and hopefully the notifications come up for you, Rose. If you listen, you're here right now. Hope you like that. You like the video. Please share it and let the people know what's going on. Rose also goes on to say hello to your panel, Vader. Yeah, she's saying what up to Kim, Pablo, Conway, and G Certified in the building. Yeah.
Big up, man. Big up.
Big up.
I gotta ask you guys. I'm gonna start with you, Pablo, because I know you be in the Twitter X Spaces streets. Same with G Certified, Conway as well, and Kim. And you know what? We're all versatile. We're all in the mix. But let me start with you, Pablo.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Do you think that this game on the weekend, and not to disrespect our competition, but we know that we're not the marquee game of the weekend. Would you agree that pretenders or contenders will be revealed based off of the winner of the Liverpool and Chelsea game?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's not what it is.
Ooh,
I
don't
think
know.
it's
Okay,
too
that's
early.
okay.
It's too early.
Okay,
Man. It's
I'm
too
not mad at
early.
that.
I think it's too early yet. I think we just gotta do step by step, game by game, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I think we're beating them anyway. We're beating Wolves. Hopefully, Liverpool and Arsenal drop points.
Liverpool and Arsenal. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I
let's
asked
hope
you
so.
about
Let's hope
Liverpool
so.
and
That's what we
Chelsea. The
need.
Liverpool-Chelsea game. You don't think there's going to be any learnings? You know what? Chelsea might be legit or Liverpool might be legit based off of the winner of that game this weekend.
I think that's going to be a draw. It's going to be
Ooh.
like a 1-0.
Like it's
Something
like
that.
both
1-0.
both teams are even. Both teams are even.
Yeah.
That's why it's a draw type game.
Both teams even.
G certified. I see a look on your face. Like,
yeah.
what do you think?
G7, don't agree. You don't agree.
You know what it is? I'm not being, even though Chelsea, listen, they're finding some good form. I think they're the pretenders for this title race. For me, Chelsea are involved in the top 4 race, fair enough, or the Europe race. Okay, I can hear that, but the title race, I don't know why people are getting too excited about Chelsea. Yeah, this for me,
it's too early. It's too early.
Too early for me. For me,
you don't. So how is it too early? You don't think how they're playing is good enough to say that they're okay. All right, how they're playing, I think, is good. They haven't quote unquote been tested yet. They lost versus us, which was the biggest challenge. But this is Liverpool, top of the league. If they take points off of Liverpool, you're still not going to be like Chelsea are in it. Or you're going to say I still need to see more games.
To be fair, if they win at Anfield, then okay, because we've not won at Anfield since 2000.
Speak on it.
Well, at least with fans. At least with fans.
Yeah.
We were without fans. So I'll be honest. This is the way I'm looking at it. Is I'll give them the credit, but I just don't see that happening. I think it's going to be a Liverpool win. I think slot is going to be normally the Klopp versus Tuchel.
Okay.
Those past games that there were so.
All right, G certified says win by Liverpool. Pablo says draw. Conway, you there?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man. What are you thinking? Because I think a contender is going to be revealed. I think a pretender is going to be revealed in this Liverpool Chelsea game. Do you think we learn anything, or is this just it's too early in the season, like Pablo's saying?
I think this is a nothing game.
A nothing game.
Yeah, I think this is a nothing game. We're in what, game week 7 or 8?
Yeah, game week 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I'm expecting Liverpool to win, but it's not going to show me nothing. Liverpool could easily go to like a Ipswich away or Bournemouth away and get drop points or get a draw there, or even potentially lose. I think Liverpool's games coming up even after Chelsea, they got a tough run, man. And the thing with Liverpool, their bench, I'm not too pleased. Like, what could they replace if one of their players in the starting 11 gets injured? I don't wish injury on anybody, but if they get an injury to one of their starting 11 players, then obviously you see a downgrade to how Liverpool play, especially how Slot wants them to play. But Liverpool will win on Sunday. I'm expecting that. And yeah, It's a nothing game to me. I'm not going to learn nothing about it. I'll be honest with you.
You know what? I need to when schedules work out, and I'm going to make sure that my notifications get to Rose, because Rose has it right. Rose has it right. She goes, the game between Chelsea and Liverpool this weekend should be interesting. I think it is an interesting game. Conway saying it's a nothing game is mad disrespectful. I think the league are actually kind of touting this as the marquee one. Conway's like, it is. It is the marquee, right? So she says, come on, Chelsea. I kind of get that. I think if Liverpool were to drop points, that's more favorable for us. I think long term, we all think we're going to see more Liverpool than Chelsea with regards to this title race. But Kim, let me ask you, if it happens to be a fight, right? Pablo mentioned a draw, so both teams kind of being even. If it happens to be a fight, right? Chelsea doing their thing, Liverpool doing their thing, and at the end it is a draw. Wouldn't that mean that Chelsea could be in the mix? Because many of us think that Liverpool are going to be in the mix. What do you think?
I think that, they will be in the mix for now, but I think that they will start slowly falling apart after Christmas. I think after January is usually when things starts. You're seeing teams starting to fall and drop off a little bit, because they have.
You guys are killing me.
Use too much energy in the beginning of in the first half instead of waiting for the second half. So
what agendas do you have there? What agendas do you have?
But
my agenda is that. Sorry, Kim. Go ahead, Kim. Continue.
No, just what I wanted to say is that if there's one thing about Liverpool is that they're not the ones that are going to necessarily drop points against the big 6, like Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal. They usually win those games at especially at Anfield, but they can very easily go away and they can drop points against Ipswich. I mean, or
I hear
Leicester,
it.
for instance. They drop points like we do against the smaller teams. That's where they usually when where they're most vulnerable for some reason.
Let me bring another agent to the stage. I'm going to do the proper intro with regards to this, and I'm so always thankful. It's me, 4 other agents. I'm about to have a 5th, and we're going to have this conversation going. I'm going to do a proper intro like I always do, because it's not for me to say, it's for you guys to see and hear. That's the agent that's about to come to the mix. Let me do this one more time so you guys see who's about to come to the stage. You got to do this. Professor's in the building. How you doing, Professor?
Professor.
I'm good. How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. It's been a little bit of stress. I mean, we talked season tickets. We're gonna obviously talk about that in upcoming shows, but we moved on. We transitioned to talk about, and I have to say this, Professor. Conway says it's a nothing game. Pablo says it's probably going to end up being a draw. G Certified is like, meh, it's whatever. Kim's like, they're going to fall off. I'm trying to set this up where this title race is going to be Arsenal, Liverpool, maybe Chelsea. These guys are all poo-pooing on it. What do you think? What do you think happens with Liverpool and Chelsea in terms of the importance of the game? Winner, or will we see a contender? Will we see a pretender based off of the outcome?
You know, one time I was like, when you asked that question, like saying that, oh, Pablo said it's gonna be a draw, or thinking, I was dreading. I was like, really? Everyone's giving up for Man City Wolves? Really? Oh my God, is that bad? I was like getting stressed. Oh my God! But thank God you said Chelsea Liverpool. I was like, yes. I was like, wow, man, the standards have dropped.
Yeah,
no.
Chelsea,
Liverpool.
Chelsea,
we need a draw. We need a draw. We need a draw in that game. No doubt about it. Like Liverpool, Chelsea is a big game. I think I need Chelsea to
Why do you
go
want to
there.
draw?
I want a draw. I want Chelsea to
Yes,
draw.
Chelsea is a threat.
Yeah. Chelsea, I don't see Chelsea as a threat. No one sees Chelsea as a threat.
You should want Chelsea to win, Hamza.
I want Chelsea to win. Yeah, I don't mind Chelsea to win, but I don't think they're gonna win unless they play counter-attack. Liverpool, it's just Mo Salah and Luis Diaz. Those two are the danger guys, and it's Mo Salah.
Now Trent as well,
and Jota. And Jota.
They got Van Dijk. They got Van Dijk as well at the back.
No, Jota, Salah. Those are the most dangerous guys, and then Luis Diaz. Those three.
And they're hot right now too.
Yeah, Jota's like Trossard. He comes off the bench, and you need this kind of players.
Is Trent hurt? Why didn't you list Trent? What about Trent?
No, Trent's not injured. He's there. He'll be playing on Sunday.
He's important. Trent's a threat.
But you guys are forgetting about one more player. I think Van Dijk is important, but I think the second most important player is McAllister.
Yeah.
McAllister.
No.
Come on, man. Conway, man.
It literally take McAllister out of that team. You see a different level.
McAllister's important. He's important in that midfield. 100%.
No. It's that guy. It's that guy. The other guy, the Dutch guy.
But top
What's
two.
the boss like?
No, the Dutch guy.
Talking about Gravenberch.
Oh, Gravenberch. Yeah, he's actually playing well. But how are you guys disrespecting Chelsea like this?
Now Chelsea, man. This Chelsea team, it's literally just it's Cole Palmer and
Jackson's playing really well. Caicedo's playing well.
Now, but Veta, you're forgetting one more thing. On Sunday, Chelsea don't have Fofana or Cucurella.
Oh, right, suspension.
Yeah,
I forgot about that actually. I forgot about that. Okay, so without those players, if they show really good fight without those players, that's gotta level them up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Chelsea and their aggressive spending. That's why I keep an eye on them, because they're spending to always improve, right? Like, yeah, we can question the length of their contracts. Yeah, we can question whether they're investing in the young talent a little too early, but they keep looking to improve, improve, and that's concerning to me because it is gonna click. I'm gonna bring the comments to the stage shortly, but I think this Liverpool, I think this Chelsea game, if most expectations is for Liverpool to win, it's Anfield. I mean, I know they already suffered a loss. You know, Forest took a win from them, but it's Anfield. Chelsea are quote unquote expected to lose, but if they show a lot of fight, again, over here on CIA, agenda wise, you guys may not agree because you know we're all individual agents here, but I'm going to be pushing Chelsea. Chelsea are in the mix. Chelsea are in the mix to do a lot more than just challenge for top four if they give Liverpool a game, like Conway just mentioned, without Fofana and Cucurella. I think that's going to be something to point out. Okay. We're gonna switch topics real quick. Let me make sure I do this cleanly as well.
Vader game.
I'm gonna work on a CIA transition. Let me work on that. Let me bring some of these comments to the stage. Good looking out. I gotta say, Marshall in the building. Excuse? Excuse? No excuse? There's no excuse. Excuse me, sir. I tune in and hear Chelsea. Yeah, casual FC, my man Marshall. Listen, we're discussing Chelsea and Liverpool. Big game, huge importance. Unlike the other agents, I'm not going to call each of them out, but unlike the other agents, I think it's a big game. I think Chelsea have a chance to really show that they're legit playing in Anfield versus Liverpool. But the next topic, Marshall, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you hit that like button, share this within your group chats. Let the Chelsea fans know that we're talking about them. But I want to briefly talk. I want to talk about Arteta. And I think you guys can agree or disagree. But I've said this on other shows. Arteta can't afford to lose to anyone else other than Pep. I think if you lose to Pep, the fan base are going to be like, we get it. You lost to Pep. We get it. You lost to the 4-peat winners. We get it. You lost to the treble winners. Okay. But if Arteta loses to anyone else, his head's on the line, guillotine settings, right? So I happen to believe that the injuries that he's happening right now is actually going to help him evolve as a manager. Because what do we all criticize, or what do we get criticized of? We get criticized of Pep showing too much rotation. Pep, dropping players or playing players in positions that we watch and we're like, it doesn't work. Why do you keep making Kanji play so advanced? That's not his role. Keep him at the back line. But Pep works on those things. I think, and I'm gonna throw this to you, Kim. I think Arteta is going to evolve and actually become a better manager because he's got to find solutions without Saka, without Odegaard. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I agree. I think that he's changing a little bit for the last 3 seasons when he's finally been able to come up truly against Pep. You see his style has changed a little bit from season to season. Like this year, he's playing a little bit more defensive than he did last season. So he's trying to find his way that will be able to help a lot more, or a little more, depending on who he's playing.
I hear you.
But I still feel that he's much more defensive this season against most teams than he was last season. It's not full on attack, but he's not able to do the same way that Pep did. But he's still playing out from the back. But yes, I agree. I do think that he has to keep up with Pep's, and yet losing to Pep, it's acceptable. It's okay. But at some point, he has to be better than Pep if he wants to really become the great and win. Because I don't think Arsenal fans is going to accept it. They might accept it for one more season, but after that, they're not going to accept it.
Let me throw this question over to Professor, or this comment. Do you think Arteta is under pressure if he loses to Pep, or will the fan base, would the players kind of understand who he's going up against, or do you think he's under pressure, Professor?
I think he's under pressure big time. Like, I think he's the most under pressure. It's this year. It's make or break for Arsenal fans. Like literally, he's under pressure huge because the fact that 2 years he's come close, he's had 700 to 800 million spending. He's under a lot of managers have had that kind of less spending than that, and they've delivered it. For example, Xabi Alonso went to Bayer Leverkusen. They have never ever won the league, ever in the history. He's gone there, pressure there. Bayern Munich being the champions, always Bayern Munich delivered it. Nearly won the treble. First season, no excuses. So you're looking at Arteta, you're thinking, managers are doing that. You're seeing Ten Hag grabbing cups. Every time he's coming close, it's about close. He's had the backing. He has a big squad. He wanted Merino, he gets given. He wants Sterling, gets given. He wants Kai Havertz, he go given. He wants Calafiori, go given. Despite having all this, he's having a backlog of players. He is signing a keeper every 12 months. Like nearly every 12 months. You have to put him under pressure.
Pablo, do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Pablo, do you agree that he's under? You agree that Arteta's under pressure?
Yeah, he is under pressure because he spent a lot of money. You know, they've given him a new contract as well. So obviously, Arsenal fans, they're gonna be expecting cups now. Like, he's spending so much money, Veta. Like, you spend so much money, and like Hamza said, he's getting a new keeper every season, every couple months. Like, bro, you have to win something now. Like, there's no excuse. And Arsenal fans are always talking about they've got the best defense in the world and all this stuff. So go win something. They've got Saka, they've got players there. They can win a league title, but they're not winning it anyway. But you know, they have to win. They're under pressure.
All right, let me shout out Godfrey's in the building. He's got a comment real quick. He goes, "No, it's enough. No, it's enough now. Can't be losing to Pep 3 times in a row.
See?
If he fails again this season, he should walk." That's
that's not gonna happen.
okay. So Pablo provided information. Professor G certified Conway, Kim was here, but Erling Haaland, he's signing a 2-3 year contract extension. We're that's all calm. We're good with that. We know we got a killer up front. We know we got a goal machine. Pep, not too sure. Maybe 1 year. Who knows? Who knows the rumor on who the next manager may be? This is why I'm a little kind of like, Godfrey, I hear what you're saying, and I'm going to go to the comments as well. I hear what you guys are saying, but at the same time, it's like the big bad monster and Pep might leave. Why get rid of this manager that's shown
No.
the only person he's
Martin
losing
was saying
to?
Pep's gonna stay. Veta, he said he's gonna stay. Pep's not leaving, but we don't know how long it's gonna be for.
I think, yeah, but Pep's gonna stay. Oh, don't toy with my emotions. I've been dealing with Pep leaving, so I'm okay with it. I'm trying to.
No, don't worry, man. Pep's staying. Don't worry, he's staying.
Pep's staying.
He's staying.
I think he'll stay, but I think it'll only be like maybe a year, 2 max.
We don't know how long, but Martin said that he's gonna stay.
Yeah,
he broke the news earlier.
Yeah, like, I think he'll stay, but what I've been hearing is that apparently he'll stay for a year. So for me, I don't know, man. Of course I'd rather have Pep for the year, kind of destabilize, because obviously Cheeky's now going. So I feel like that would be let Cheeky go first, then let Pep go, and then you can do your thing when Pep's ready to go. But
100%.
But I don't know, man. For me, this whole thing about Haaland staying 5 years, that's the main stuff. We need to keep our assets, man. We need to keep the people, because once Pep goes, we need at least the next manager to have the squad ready. You know what I'm saying? To build from Haaland, Echeviri hopefully can become a good player. You know, and not like Perone or Gomez. Hopefully, he can actually do something for the team, or another Keiki. You know, we need Echeviri hopefully to stand
we
out.
need him. We need him.
Yeah,
Trust
we need
me.
that kid.
Do you think we need Echeverry now, or do you think we can wait for him till? I think it will be the midfield.
I think we should wait.
Wait, because
wait. What do you mean wait? Wait.
Let him
What do you mean wait? Like wait until next season?
You think he's ready?
He'll be joining the squad in
enough.
January.
I've not seen
Oscar Bob will be back.
Get them both in January. Get them
Get 'em
both.
Why not?
I think
Why
it
not?
can't hurt to have them here early. Have them here. See how Gundogan kind of plays in that role. KDB plays in that role. Foden, like get him here now. That's what I want. And then we'll see how Pep chooses to mess around and have him play out of position and do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I want him here.
See him,
I think
seeing him
Oscar
in the
Bob
inverted
news.
or something.
Yeah, seeing him play false nine or something like I don't want him here.
No,
I hear you guys with regards to Arteta, and I'm gonna get to the comments. Trust me, everybody. Thank you for being a part of the show. I think the board would be harsh to get rid of him if he craps the bed, right? Like if he's crashing out of domestic cups too early, if he shows to be really poor at the knockout stage for Champions League, then I kind of hear it. They're like, yeah, this guy's not ready. But if he's like in the mix and only losing to kind of like, big clubs, if he comes down to the league and he's only losing to Pep, this is where I say, if he's only losing to Pep, if he loses to Slot, if he loses to Maresca, if he loses to Ange, he's gone. Because
No,
then it's
Vey,
like,
I disagree with that, man.
oh, okay.
Right.
Why?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because you look at since Arteta was appointed manager at Arsenal till this current date, during his tenure in totality, he's outspent Pep Guardiola in a transfer window. Like that's people talk about the money that he spent, but if you compare the two managers, Arteta has outspent Pep since he's came into this league as Arsenal manager. And during his tenure, I've seen clubs like Leicester win the FA Cup. I've seen Chelsea win the Champions League. I've seen Liverpool win the Carabao and the FA Cup during that period. I've seen United win both of those two cups as well. His wanting to win the big major trophies without instilling the trophy winning mentality in your team by winning the Carabao and the FA Cups, he's completely ignored that. Where in last season, 2 seasons ago when he lost to Sporting, that season he should have won either the Carabao or the FA Cup. Because the squad that he's built right now, as a together team, as a squad, they don't understand what it feels like winning a trophy, taking a trip to Wembley in a final, winning that cup. And then what it's feel like. Yeah, they don't know what their armpits look like. So you're automatically immediately wanting to go for the Premier League when you haven't instilled that in your team already. So if he doesn't win nothing this season and he gets knocked out in the Carabao and the FA Cup and he loses to Pep in the league, and even if Pep leaves the next season, like you got to question Arteta's mentality when it comes to actually winning trophies.
No, I hear that. I hear that. Okay, all right. Well, CIA, he's got to win a trophy. He's got to win a trophy. Obviously, if he wins the Prem, he wins Champions League, he's set. No need to worry. But if he wins a domestic cup, and finishes second to Pep, I think it's calm.
I think he should still get back. I think he should still get
back.
Yeah. Because you disregarded those trophies. You should have won the Premier League, right? Should have won the Premier League.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I don't think that happened because for me, Arsenal standards is this. This is what Arsenal will become. This is Arsenal will accept the second place and they'll accept it. He could finish third, win the Carabao Cup. He is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They've signed him another deal for 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't he the highest paid manager in the Prem?
They've accepted. I think. Yeah, he's one of the highest. I think.
He's on the same money as Pep.
That's what I'm saying.
Seriously,
he's not going
no
anywhere.
way.
The only way
is on the same money as Pep, Hamza.
No way.
After Arteta signed his new deal, he's on the same money as Pep now.
The only way this guy crashes out, and gets sacked is if he goes trophyless. That's the only kind of if he goes not even this season. This season he can go trophyless, maybe finish second again and go to the semi-finals Champions League and they'll be like, yeah, good job. But then if he does it again, then that might be like, yo, okay, now it's time to switch. But Arteta's safe. He's just signed a deal. He's just signed this deal. Why would the sack when they've been offering that amount of money?
That's what I'm thinking. I think he's got. I hear the pressure part where he's been backed, like you guys mentioned. He's been backed. He should be winning. But I think if he falls short only to Pep, I think it's still calm over at Arsenal and they move. Now, I'm always cognizant of the time. I want to respect all of you. We've got work days, family days. So let me go to the next topic, and hopefully I can get each and every one of your inputs on this one.
Vader game.
in world football.
What'd you say, Professor?
He's the 5th most paid manager in world football. He's paid
he's
more
not
than
going anywhere.
Ancelotti.
Wow.
That's why he's not going anywhere. Guys, he's not under pressure. He's
Oh
only
my
under
God.
pressure if he
He's paid
finishes.
15 million and Ancelotti's only paid 9.
Wow.
If
More
someone
than
else beats him
Simone
other than
Inzaghi
Pep,
as well. More than
guys,
Simone.
he's not under
Nini is
pressure.
not to Pep. Oh my God.
Arteta is not under pressure. I'm telling you guys. Oh, he can afford to lose to Pep. That's it. Anybody else, yeah, he's in jeopardy of losing that job. But he's paid more, or he's paid equal to Pep because they think he's the next big thing, and only Pep's the one to stop him. He's not under any pressure. I'm telling you guys. Let me ask you guys. Last topic. Where were you, and how did you feel when you heard the news that Ineos, not the Glazers, not the big bad worst thing to happen to the English Premier League with regards to clubs, not the Glazers who used to always do everything from a toxic, from a parasite-like movement, but Ineos fired Sir Alex Ferguson. Conway, where were you when you heard the news? What came to your mind when you saw it?
Yeah. Regarding the Fergie news.
Yeah, the Fergie news.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was at work, and then I just pulled out my phone. I saw the notification from Fabrizio talking about Ferguson has been relieved of his duties. I just started laughing, man, because that club right now is at shambles, and they don't understand what their priorities should be right now, and that should be sacking Ten Hag. But I'm glad he's staying, man. I'll be honest with you, but to play to play as a neutral, because I hate everything that's United related, but to play to talk neutrally here, I think what Ineos have done, relieving Fergie of his duties, they should have been done that even before Ineos came in. The Glazers just kept him there and paying him the millions he was getting per year just because of what he's done for the club. But if you actually look at the state that Manchester United are in at the moment, a lot of that's got to do with Fergie as well. They keep on talking about the Glazers. Yeah,
whoa! You're putting this on Fergie.
No, but it's true though, man. Because people keep talking about the Glazers having them ruin the club and all of that. But if you look at the money that was spent in transfer windows with each of the managers that they hired from Fergie, like those managers are back. The issue was in the first appointment from after when Fergie left. That should have been when they, you know what, this is where we need to get a right wing to slowly rebuild this team, because the team that they won the Premier League, that was an aging squad, and then it's going to take time for them to win another title. They messed up ever since they appointed David Moyes, and that was from Fergie's.
Hold on, Conway. No.
No, but it's the truth.
I hear that truth, but do you know? We all know what Sir Alex Ferguson meant to that club. Like this man, knighted, was under ambassador duties for this club, and Ineos, Ratcliffe comes out here and says, "We don't need you out anymore," and kicks him out. It's disrespect.
He says, "Old man take a lap." He said, "Old man take a lap." That was,
it's crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, G.
He once Ferguson said, he told us that not in my lifetime. So when I seen that news, I laughed and I smiled and I said, "You can hold that." I said to Alex Ferguson, "It doesn't matter that you're 78 or 80. You can hold that. You're never too old to hold it. Yeah, you can hold that." Exactly, bro. Because at the end of the day, you said not in my lifetime. But now, listen. Of course, listen. I was happy because for me, that just shows the United situation. Your biggest legend, you're letting them go before 10 Hog, 7 Hog. You're taking away Ferguson when
it's crazy.
Really the guy that should be gone is 10 Hog.
Yeah, I agree.
And you can say,
Conway mentioned that too. I'm gonna say this before I bring Kim to the mix. Actually, not now. Kim, where were you? What was your kind of reaction when you saw the news? And then I'll speak. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, Kim. Kim, you're on mute.
Yeah, now you can hear me.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was in my office and doing my work when I when I was scrolling, taking a break, and looking at Twitter, and I saw that he was gone, and I was thinking to myself, "Oh well, time passes, move on." But
You guys are
in retrospect, I do think that it's since Ineos came over and took over, their new CEO, everything like this, they're basically starting from scratch, and they're basically throwing out the old and in with the new. I mean, hard pill to swallow, and I think, in respect to Ten Hag, I don't think they're going. I think they want to get a new manager in, but they don't see any reason to bring any new one in right now. They don't think. I believe that they don't think a new manager is going to solve the problem at this point in time. It's not going to make a difference.
I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna say this before we wrap up the show. Everybody that's tuned in, thank you so very much. Hit that like button. Continue to share this. Get the word out. I'm blessed with these panel members to be able to contribute to the show, and we're gonna do this on the regular. And I'm gonna fine tune how we continue to evolve on the show. But you guys are cold blooded. You guys are cold. When I saw the news, I was like, whoa, era, and like. Honestly, end of an era. The fact that his ambassador role just got killed off, I was like, this is nasty. And at the same time, guys, because of my line of work, announcement like these should never just be a post, should never just be a club statement. They should be a quote unquote career memorial,
celebration.
Like a celebration, a remembering of times, right? This was cold. Like you guys being like, you know what, hold that, like G Certified said, Conway being like, it is what it is. I was like, oh my gosh, they are doing this so cut. They did this like it was just we no longer want your services at the company. Like it was so cold blooded. I was like, damn.
No, man, I was clapping. I was clapping and playing gospel music.
Yeah, you're cold blooded, G. I'm telling you.
You know what killed me,
Vaya?
Do you know what killed me though? Just a quick one, yeah. When they said that Fergie will no longer be ambassadorial, he won't be paid, all of that. But the last point was where he's still welcome to the games. Like, yeah, you can still come to the games.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
They were
The guy has a
with
whole
him.
stand named after him at Old Trafford. There's literally the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. But
how many other clubs have kept their ex-manager for 12 years around and paid him
no other club
lots
like
of money?
United,
What other club have done that though?
It doesn't matter.
But that's crazy.
There's no other club like United. They spat.
I know, but still.
It's cold. Like you guys, it was cold-blooded. Sir Ratcliffe was like, listen, get out of here. And I've got, if I want to go the whole twisted route, I can talk about Omar Barada being an agent for us, slipping in and doing some nasty business, killing them from the inside out. But I think they cut their heart. I think they cut their heart out. I think they cut out that winning culture, that resurgence of what United were, that making every other club miserable for that tenure when he was here. They just cut that free. And I think that their anchor, and I get why you guys were laughing. I'm laughing because I looked at it that way as well. I was like, you know what? They just got rid of their heart. They just got rid of the only thing that anchored them to winning, and that's now gone. So I was laughing in that regard. But yikes, the reaction to what I saw from United fans, like happy that he was gone, and the fact that they're penny pinching on what they were, messed up. Listen, let me put this comment on screen as well, because my gal Rose goes, Vader, it's karma. 100% Rose. 100%. Yeah, Kim, go ahead.
But I think the reason why a lot of Man U fans was, I guess, happy about it too. I think it's just as much because they felt that he was more toxic than he was bringing in good things to the club anymore. His energy and all of that is gone.
Listen, I'm gonna crash it on United fans. I'm gonna remind them of this. Like, I took some bookmarks. I saw how they were reacting to it. I'm gonna remind them of you. Look how we talked about how Arsenal treated Arsene Wenger when it was time to go. The way they treated, not even in a coaching role, the way they tried to put so much blame on Fergie for what's wrong with the club right now, it was nasty. I'm gonna bring this back up in the future when they start crapping and they start doing messed up. They start having even worse results to what's happening with Eric Ten Hag, because they think, again, firing Sir Alex Ferguson before they fired Eric Ten Hag. And listen, there's too much. There's too much, guys. Kim, G certified, Conway, yo, blessed for being on the show this week. Professor Hamza, that was Pablo, that was on earlier. Much love and respect to those guys as well. I'm gonna do this on the regular, guys. If you guys happen to be free, you can commit 30 minutes, an hour. It's all love, all appreciated. Everybody in the comments, my gal Rose, DC, Omar in the building, Godfrey, Marshall, Casual FC, and I'm forgetting a name. But everybody that tuned in, much appreciated. I'm gonna do another show, and you know what? I might be sending out links on future shows as well, because obviously I do the 115. I do Why Always Me, which I actually hope to do tomorrow. But guys, thank you so very much. All their connections, their @, whether it's on Twitter, X, on YouTube, it's always in the description. Please show support. Kim, G certified, Conway, guys, bless. I'll catch you guys in the spaces. This is Beta Games TV. This is Citeh Intelligent Agendas, and we're out. Enjoy the outro.
Oh yeah. See you.
Wow.
All right.
Come on, man.